Today, I'm going to show you what Papyrus Author is and how to use it to write your book so that you can get your book published and get paid for your writing. Stay tuned. I'm Mandy Jo. Tricks and how-to advice every week. So be sure to subscribe. It's that little button down there. I'm Mandy Jo. Our topic today is using Papyrus Author to write your book. And it's important because you need to know which programs will work for you. Now, the first thing that we're going to do, I am going to share my screen because the very first thing that we need to do is we need to go in and find, where do you find this Papyrus Author? So, this way. Share screen. This is the Papyrus Author website. So with this website, which is very simply papyrusauthor.com. So that's where you're going to find it. Now, this software has two versions. One is a paid version, but there's a free version, and you can go back and forth between the two. So if you're doing a lot of writing, a lot of character building, you can pay for your subscription. Now, if you are only doing basic writing, or maybe you've taken a break, you can pause it. It's great. So let's get down to finding out the Creative Writing Suite. They've just updated this. This is I love their new updates. It's great. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. This is the Creative Writing Suite. This is what it looks like. There is actual true, and I will open up my version of Papyrus Author and show you what you see when you are opening it on desktop. There is no phone app at this time. You never know. So this is the great thing about this, is that there are so many options with this. I absolutely love it. So you keep everything together. You can completely get to the point where you just have your writing on screen. You have nothing else, which I like this versus Google Docs, because Google Docs, you still have distractions. This, you can get distraction free. And you can put little notes on the side. Seriously, like, you can put these notes. It is so cool. Let me change one thing. There we go. I am working on multiple screens. So with that, I like to do that because then I can keep an eye on the chat. So if you have any chat, be sure to subscribe to get more writing and tech tips, tricks, and how-to advice. And so I'm going to put that, change it back to the chat. Gotta love the chat. So in here, you can really shape your story. And this is what I really like, is that in this, and I will have more than one live about Papyrus Author, because There's so much in here. We're really going to get into like character building and all of that in future episodes, because I cannot begin to cover everything this has to offer. Seriously. So there's a navigator within it. So you can turn on and turn off the navigator. And when you turn it on, you get the chapters, you get what they are, you get, put your little notes in there so that you know how your story is flowing. Visualize your world. They just redid these sections. And let me tell you, these are like the best, because with these character sheets, with these sheets where you can describe your settings and locations, it's awesome. And one part that I haven't quite used very much is the story mapping tool. So if you are a person that likes to draw it out, it's contained within the software. Really cool. Do your own editing. This doesn't mean you don't get an editor. This just means that when your work goes to an editor, that it'll be a little bit better. So it's a style analysis. What I really like is that it will tell you if you have used phrases, words within too close together, and it'll suggest you to do something else. If you put in the word just, which is amazing how many times, I never realized how many times I actually used that word. And this software, if you've got any of those little extra words, just, although, or words that are basically filler words, it will cross them out. Now you can leave them in there. If the times that I leave them in there is if somebody is actually talking and that's what they actually say. If not, then we take it out. Get published. Yes, they have a way of downloading, which I'll go through and show you. But this is fabulous, the way they have the download set up. It's great, and I can't wait to show you inside the software. They have over 75,000 authors worldwide who write their books with Papyrus Author, and yes, I am one of them. I wrote my second book with Papyrus Author. I did not write my first one, but what I did do with my first book is I took it from my previous software and brought it in. And then I went through and did the style analysis, and all my updates are through Papyrus Author. So we're going to go up here to Author 2022. I really, really love this software. Just saying. So some of the new features, the character sheets, they really improved these to where it's condensed and it makes sense. So you're not scrolling this big long sheet going, where am I at? And you can put pictures, you can put avatars, all the information, their names, their purpose and motivation, appearance, everything. And this is what I like is down here at the bottom. The personality, the features, the background, the social. And you can really, and I'm going to do a video in a few weeks that is going to focus on character building. And I'm going to be using Papyrus Author. So you'll want to join in. So be sure and subscribe. And if you're watching this live, give me a hey. Let me know that you are watching live. If you are watching this on the replay, give me a hashtag replay. And if you have any questions along the way, please feel free to put them in the chat below. Even if this is on replay, I will come back and answer your questions. Avatars, these are really cool. You do have to turn them on, and I figured that out. They have all kinds of avatars that you can put to represent the characters that you have. Very cool. The collection for your ideas, your gallery. I mean, this is the new stuff, and it is so cool. I absolutely love it. So you want to be able to create the right setting, whether you are writing fiction and you're writing mystery, romance. I've written fantasy through this. I'm doing my mystery novel right now through it. So auto correction, comfortably wrong. So this, it will circle the word or box the word in, actually. And then it will, after a few seconds, after it's already corrected it, it will go ahead and that box is then removed. So it doesn't stay there very long. Goes through and gives you the style statistics. Gotta love those. I love my stats. I didn't enjoy stats class, but I do enjoy seeing the stats of my writing. You've got pin boards, and this is stuff that I'll show you within the software where some of the stuff is at. And think boards. This is for all of you that are very visual. This is where you can put it. The think boards. They really improved on those. And so, I mean, it's just, this is by far one of my most favorite softwares. And the writing goals. This part, when they updated this, I absolutely, absolutely love it. With the update, let me scroll this up just a smidge there. With the update, you put in your project goal, how many words, and session goal. So how many words during this session that you're going to sit down and write? What is your goal that you want every time you sit down with this particular project? So that goal stays just within that project. Do you have a deadline date? You put that in there. Do you have a word count goal? You put that in there. And notice it's got these little X's, so it doesn't count weekends. Very cool stuff. And who doesn't want a congratulations when you have accomplished your session writing goal? I mean, come on. We all love that little kudos that comes and says, good job, you did it, fabulous writing. So yes, and then the download. So I'm going to go across and cover these. So the various features, which we will actually, I'll go ahead and also do these in the software itself, not just on their website. Because you can scroll through this and it's compatible with Word. You can make ebooks. They've got the book already laid out, which is awesome. Spell check, grammar check, thesaurus, freedom to write, which is, I can't wait to show you that. So, I mean, there's so many features. What's your writing style? And it tells you. It's great. Visualize your ideas. Story sheets. I mean, it's just there. Oh, and there's ghost text. So if you want to add something in and you're not sure if you really, really want to add it in, you can put it in and it's not printed. So when you go to print that, it won't come up. So then let's go to the plans because this is what you want to know. I know. I wanted to know. So it's either free or $14.99 a month. It really depends on what you're doing. So if you got your book written and you're taking a break, you're not writing at the moment, and you're going to be taking a few months off, maybe you're going on vacation, you can cancel it, and then you just use the free. It doesn't take away anything that you've already created. It's beautiful. So here is and you can go onto the website. In fact, I think, let me see if I can. See if that will show up. There we go. Papyrusauthor.com. That is the website. After the video, not before, after the video. Click on the comment with the Papyrus Author, and you can go through and see all of these features and really look at it and see, is that something that you need? Is that something that you're going to use? If not, then go for the free. But if it is, go for the plus. So I am going to stop sharing the screen for a moment because I need to change how I'm sharing the screen, because I'm going to share it with the whole, that was just a tab. So let's share, and hit screen 3. There we go, screen 3. Now, down here at the bottom, I have my Papyrus Author. I am using a Windows 11 operating system. It is also available for Mac. So when you click on the Papyrus Author, I have noticed that it does take a little bit of time before it actually comes up. So be patient. And this is the part. I gotta make sure that it's not somewhere else. So when you click on it, it does take a little bit to come up. And of course, it came up on the other screen. So I'm gonna bring it over here. Because I have to. Come on. So this right here, I'm trying to, let's see if I can, because I've got all these, come on. This is the fun part. Okay. Now that I've tried to share it on that, let's see if I can get it to come up in that one. Trying to get it to come up in the correct screen is fun. Okay, now it's not bringing it up the way I wanted it to. Let's see. This is the fun part. Trying to get it to come up in the right screen. Okay. It's being, and this is a Windows thing, so it's okay. Don't worry about it. So when it comes up, it doesn't normally come up this big. Actually, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I am going to close that out, unshare my screen for the moment, and I close that out. And let's do the smaller screen, see if it will come up on screen 1. Now let's try this again. we're going to click on, which I also have the shortcut. I notice I don't have a lot of shortcuts. I don't like shortcuts on my desktop. All right. Here we go. Perfect. So it came up perfectly sized on my main computer. Go figure. This is what you're going to see when you go to bring up Papyrus Author. Now you can project, you can click on something you've already done, which is great. You can learn Papyrus, which is a bunch of YouTube videos, which are fabulous. So I'm actually going to click on new project to show you what we can do with the new project. So with the new project, what it shows you is it has the writing projects. So I always pick the US one. I just do. Paperback, right here. That's the one. Paperback US trade 6x9. Everything is formatted for the 6x9 book. It's perfect. Like seriously. So, and they've got the other versions. You can do completely blank. So there's all these different options for you to work with. And you do have to name it, and that project name sticks with it. No matter what you change the name of your actual book to, your project name stays the same. So I'm going to click on the home, and I'm going to go to October 2020. Because that, I'm going to hide that. There we go. So October 2020 is my mystery novel. And of course, what does it do? It opens in another window. So we're going to put it right here. There we go. And why is it so tiny on the screen? Because over here in the lower left is zoom. There we go. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, where am I at? This automatically opens where you left off, which is really cool. So you see all of these up at the top. You're going to have your characters, your timeline, your think board, direct speech mode, ghost text, and this one right here, distraction free. Click on that. Everything else goes away. And press escape, and that brings it back. So, and here is when you want to go and export your PDF or an EPUB, you have that ability. It's great. And this is editor friendly. And what is editor friendly? That means you get extra spaces for within a PDF document. I personally do it differently. I copy and paste a whole chapter. So I will copy a whole chapter and paste it into Google Docs and send it off to my editor. So right down here, you've got number of pages. Here is the organizer. So in the organizer, it will tell you who all the characters are, how many words there are, progress, and that is the percentage of words that are in that chapter and what percentage of everything you've written does that include. My times are not accurate. I have to really go in and change those up. But that's okay. And it has the thread. It has the stories. or the chapter scene event. So, and that is the organizer. The navigator pulls up on the side, and you can actually jump from chapter to chapter with the navigator, which is kind of cool. So, I mean, there's so many options with this. I could seriously, a tutorial on this could really take hours, plural. But I'm not going to do that to you because that would be overload. I do want to take you to the characters, though. The characters are so cool. So I can click on the character. Now, when I started writing this, they just updated this a few days ago. Or was it a week ago? Very recently. So what I haven't had a chance yet to go through and completely update everything on it. But like this is Catherine Jane Reisender. And she has I have a nice little avatar to represent Cat. Because most of the time they call her Cat. But her real name is Catherine Jane. And so it gives you what her body looks like, appearance, clothing, items, companions, background, what are her traits, what are her abilities, friends, family, hobbies. And of course, you've got the major parts over here, gender, age, height, which you go in and you type in. And you can add a picture. If you have an actual picture of your person, you can put them in there. And that's where you, up in the upper right, you can create a new sheet for a new character. You can edit the sheet, which is where you would actually go to edit and be able, you can actually customize what all of these say. And then of course you have a sheet color. You can change it up. What are her ideas? A gallery of pictures for reference. So I mean, there is so much in this, and this is just characters. I will do a session just on the characters and how to work with this and I didn't make any changes, so I'm not saving. If I made changes, I would save. So I am going to unshare my screen. Ta-da! You have me. You have me back. Alrighty. Let's see, where did we go? Okay, I did not click on it, but there's also front matter and back matter. Front matter is all the stuff in the front of the book. Your title page, the name of your book, the copyright page, and you can add all of that in. I will be doing sessions, separate videos on all of that because that is just going to take so long to be able to go through that I'm going to divide it up. Sharing the writing, that is the export, the PDF export that we showed. Printing your book, I will go through that in another time. So yeah, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. If you're watching this on replay, give me a hashtag replay so that I know that you joined in. I absolutely love it. I am Mandy Jo, and I'm going to get some. There we go. Gotta love it. Okay. I am Mandy Jo. Thank you for joining me today on using Papyrus Author to write your book. Click subscribe And join me next Wednesday for Writing with Mandy Jo. We will talk about scheduling those social media posts to promote your book, whether you are still in the process of writing your book and you want to get out those teasers, or you just published the book and you want everybody to know and buy your book. Join me next week. Be sure to subscribe.